And today I am going to show you the exact 6 food you should never reheat and why. And I will explain what is happening inside your body when you reheat them. And number 1 on my list is rice. This one surprised most people because rice seems harmless, but cooked rice left at room temperature or reheated improperly can harbor a bacteria called Bacillus cereus. When you reheat that rice, the bacteria releases a heat-resistant toxin. This toxin survives cooking, and repeated exposure to this toxin creates a burden on your digestive system and pancreas. Study shows that diet in high refined carbohydrate, including improperly stored rice, associated with increased pancreatic risk. Always refrigerate rice within 1 hour of cooking. Reheat it only once and only to steaming hot. And the number 2 is processed meat. Sausages, bacon, hot dogs, deli meat. This food already contain nitrates and preservatives. So when you reheat them, especially at high heat, these nitrates convert into nitrosamines, and nitrosamines are classified as probable carcinogens by the World Health Organization. The pancreas is particularly vulnerable to nitrosamine exposure, and research published in the International Journal of Cancer found a strong link between processed meat consumption and pancreatic cancer. Heating makes this significantly worse. Then the number 3 is spinach and leafy greens. Yes, even healthy food can become dangerous when reheated. Spinach, kale, and other leafy greens are high in nitrates, which are naturally occurring and perfectly safe when eaten fresh. But when you reheat spinach, those nitrates convert into nitrites and then into nitrosamines, which is the harmful compound found in processed meat. This is a food you should always eat fresh or warm and never heated. Then the 4th food is eggs. Reheated eggs, especially scrambled eggs or boiled eggs heated at high temperature, undergo a chemical change in their protein structure. These proteins oxidize and break down into compounds that create oxidative stress in your body. Oxidative stress is directly linked to cellular damage, DNA mutation, and cancer development. So your pancreas, which is extremely active in digestion, absorbs the brunt of this chemical load. Eggs are best eaten freshly cooked. Then the 5th one is potato, and this is the one that surprised people the most, and it is probably sitting in your kitchen right now. When potatoes are cooked and then reheated, especially by frying, roasting, or microwaving at high heat, they produce a chemical called acrylamide. Acrylamide forms when starchy foods are heated above 120 degrees Celsius. It is a well-known neurotoxin and carcinogen. The International Agency for Research on Cancer classified acrylamide as a probable human carcinogen. Reheated roast potato, reheated chips, and reheated mashed potato all carry this risk. If you must reheat potato, do it gently, never fry or roast them a second time. Then number 6 is chicken. Chicken is dangerous to reheat for a very specific reason. It is dense. When you reheat it, the outside gets hot, but the inside often stay at an unsafe temperature. This uneven heating allows harmful bacteria to survive, and more importantly, the protein structure of chicken changes when reheated multiple times. Oxidized protein from repeated reheated chicken have been linked in research to systemic inflammation, and as we now know, a chronic inflammation is a direct pathway to pancreatic damage. Only reheat chicken once. Make sure it is piping hot all the way through. So what is pancreas and why should you care? First, pancreas is a small organ about the size of your hand. It is sitting behind your stomach. Most people never think about it, but it does 2 critical jobs inside your body every single day. The first job it does is that it produces insulin. And insulin is a hormone that controls your blood sugar. Then the second job is that it makes digestive enzymes that break down your food. Now here is what most people do not know. Pancreas is incredibly sensitive. It doesn't respond well to toxins, it doesn't respond well to chemicals or repeated inflammation. When certain foods are reheated, especially at high temperatures or reheated more than once, they produce harmful chemicals. These chemicals are called nitrosamines, acrylamide, and lipid peroxides. Those are big words, but in simple terms, they are toxins, and they are chemicals that your body was never designed to handle in large amounts. When you eat those reheated foods regularly, those toxic compounds enter your bloodstream. Your pancreas, working hard every day, becomes chronically inflamed. And chronic inflammation on the pancreas is one of the most documented risk factors for pancreatic cancer. And that is what makes this so dangerous. Pancreatic cancer has almost no symptoms in the early stage, no pain, no visible sign, nothing that tells you something is wrong. By the time most people are diagnosed, the cancer has already spread. That's why the 5-year survival rate for pancreatic cancer is still below 12%. This is not meant to frighten you, this is meant to empower you, because now that you understand what's happening inside your body, you can make different choices, and that's exactly what we are going to talk about right now. And here's the thing that most health videos never tell you. The problem is not what you just ate, the problem is how you handle your food after it is cooked. We have been told forever, eat more vegetable, eat lean protein, avoid junk food, and all of that is true, because almost nobody is talking about what happens to healthy food when it is stored wrong or reheated. Spinach becomes a source of nitrosamine, potato becomes a source of acrylamide, chicken becomes a source of oxidized protein, rice becomes a bacterial toxins delivery system. You could be eating what you think is a perfectly healthy diet and unknowingly creating a slow burning inflammation inside your pancreas every single week. And this is more dangerous than most people expect, because the pancreas does not send you warning signals. It doesn't hurt until things are already very serious. That is what makes this so important to understand now, because before symptoms appear. This is also why pancreatic cancer disproportionately affects people who seems healthy. People who exercises, people who think they eat well, because the danger is hidden inside habits that seem completely normal. If this is opening your eyes right now, please take a second and hit that like button. Think about someone in your life, a parent, a sibling, a friend who reheat food every day and has no idea about any of this. Your like helped this video to reach them. You could genuinely be saving someone's life by simply pressing that button. Here is what happens if you ignore this. One reheated meal will not give you cancer. This is not how it works. I never want to create unnecessary fear, but here is what the science actually shows. The damage is cumulative. It builds over months, over years, and over decades of the same habits. And this happens in different stages. In stage 1, every time you consume these harmful compounds, your pancreas experiences small bursts of inflammations. You feel nothing, there is no symptom, life continues as normal. And then in stage 2, over time, that repeated inflammation begins to damage the pancreatic cells. The DNA inside those cells start to experience what scientists call oxidative stress. Tiny mutations begin to occur. Then in stage 3, the body's natural repair system, which works brilliantly when it is young and healthy, begins to struggle. Especially as we age, cells that should be repaired are not repaired. Cells that should self-destruct, they do not self-destruct. And abnormal cells begins to grow. Then in stage 4, by the time a tumor is detectable on the scan, it has often already been growing for years. And because the pancreas sits deep inside your body, surrounded by other organs, it is extremely difficult to detect early. This is not meant to frighten you, this is meant to motivate you. Because every one of those stages, especially the early ones, can be slowed, can be stopped, and even reversed by changing some of the simple daily habits, which is exactly what we'll talk about next. So what can you do starting today? There are some simple, realistic steps to protect your pancreas, and here is the good news. These changes are not complicated, they are not expensive, they are just habits. And the number one solution is this: change how you store and reheat food. Cool cooked food quickly, do not leave it sitting for more than 1 hour. Refrigerate immediately and eat leftover within 24 hours where possible. Only reheat food once. Never reheat the same food twice. When reheating, use lower temperature and gentler method. A steamer, a stovetop on low heat is far safer than high heat microwave or oven for most food. Never reheat food in plastic containers. Heat causes plastic to leach additional chemicals in your food. Then the second solution is this: add pancreas protective food to your diet, like turmeric. Turmeric contains curcumin, which is one of the most studied natural anti-inflammatory compounds. Add a pinch to your meals daily. even a small amount is beneficial. Then broccoli and cruciferous vegetables. Eat fresh and lightly steamed because they contain sulforaphane, a natural compound shown in research to have anti-cancer property. Then blueberries and dark berries, they are rich in antioxidants that directly combat oxidative stress in pancreatic cells. Then also green tea, 1 to 2 cups daily has been associated with reduced pancreatic inflammation in multiple studies. Then don't forget garlic. Garlic is a natural antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory. Crush fresh garlic in your meals. Then olive oil. Use extra virgin olive oil as your primary cooking fat. Get semi-brains from oxidative damage. Then the third solution is lifestyle habits that makes a real difference. Drink enough water. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. Your pancreas needs adequately hydration to produce digestive enzymes properly. Then also reduce alcohol. Even moderate alcohol consumption increases pancreatic inflammation. If you drink, keep it occasional. Move your body daily. Even a 20 to 30 minutes walk improves insulin sensitivity and reduces the burden on your pancreas. Also avoid smoking. Smoking is the single largest lifestyle related risk factor for pancreatic cancer. If you smoke, speak to your doctor about support to stop. Then get a checkup if you are over 40 or if you have a family history of pancreatic issues or diabetes. Ask your doctor about a routine abdominal ultrasound. Early detection changes everything. So let me leave you with this. You just spent 10 minutes learning something that most people will never take time to understand. Something that could genuinely make a difference, not just for you, but for the people you love. The pancreas is one of the most overlooked organs in your body, but it works tirelessly for you. Every single day, it deserves the same care and attention you give your heart, your blood pressure, your weight. You do not have to overhaul your entire life. Start with just one thing. Stop reheating rice twice. Start using fresh spinach. Add a pinch of turmeric to your meals. These are small things, but small things done consistently can create a massive changes over time. And if this video gave you something valuable, share this video with someone you care. Subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.